413 Sports Talk presents the lost episode. What's up, everybody? It's nighttime. Close to 9 o'clock. Raheem Mescalai here. I am on Worthington Street. Beautiful Worthy. As you see, I got the lights above me. My crib is that way. Like, literally 5 floors straight up. My crib's up there. It's a beautiful street. But enough about the street and all the scenery. Now I'm here to talk high school football. So, the lost episode is just the rounding out of the top 10 in the high school football power rankings. As you know, it's been kind of tight, and actually some has changed. And tonight I hope to bring you a brand new power rankings list. Don't get mad, man. There's been a lot that's changed. A lot of different conversations with coaches. Sitting at practice, watching some of these kids put in work. Was definitely got me more keen to the idea of rearranging the order for the rankings. So, I'm gonna continue. So what I had for number 8 was the Green Wave. And what I can say after dome about them real quick is last year during the shortened season was the last game of it was the last football game period, I believe. Green Wave against the Athol Bears. Now, they two different Athol Bear teams as you compare this year's squad to last year's, and Greenfield won 58-0. 2 games before that, the Green Wave averaged over 30 points, and I think at that time that was more than enough to land them in at least the top 10 of the schools that were ranked that I have my eyes on. So here we sit a couple days before their week 1 matchup against Chicopee, and I have them evaluated for you guys. So it goes a little something like this. Listen, I love this team, and as I just talked about, that 58-0 blowout over Athol was hilarious. This victory landed them just inside the top 10 as the season started, but I'm not too sure what's going to happen in that Chicopee game. I really do think it could go either way, though Greenfield, I believe, is better defensively. I still think that Mr. Lozado over there can do something. That kid could just pull magic fucking out of nowhere, and I think just him alone, he's got the willpower, the understanding of defenses, and the arm to certainly give them a challenge. But we're talking about the Green Wave here. Let's go at offense and discuss what I kind of observed. Current quarterback battle has left starter unannounced at this point. David Carey and Brendan Driscoll are slugging it out in practice to determine starter. Both young men are seniors, and you would like to be the starting quarterback on your way out. At least I would think. I don't compete for a bench spot. I don't compete to play backup. You know what I mean? I don't think any of those any young men should have that mentality going forward. Not just in football, but in any sport. So I think David Carey's the guy. Just based off of athleticism, but Driscoll's proven a lot of people wrong with that arm. And I also had a chance to watch him, footage of him. I can't remember if it was XL Academy or there's another quarterback, quarterback friendly school doing drills and helping guys out who didn't really get a chance to bounce back from 2020 in the fashion in which they wanted to. Either way, I've seen him. This kid's got an arm, and I think he's going to compete too. But ultimately, Carey's going to get the job. Both, like I said, both would definitely relish the opportunity to get a chance to be the guy on their farewell tour, as they're both seniors. Sean Davenport was the quarterback during the Green Wave's success last year. Sean Davenport was Mohawk Trail's quarterback at one point. And I assume he moved at some point, and maybe his parents moved, switched towns, whatever. And for whatever reason, he was allowed eligibility to play with the Greenfield Green Wave. And that led on David Carey, and he had an alright off season, competing against Brendan Driscoll for the job. David Carey's my guy, honestly. If we're talking about pure athleticism and knowledge of the system, you definitely go Dave Carey. Defensive stance. Let's see. These guys are fairly undersized, and everywhere. Not just on the defensive line. It's not just notable on the second level, but just everywhere. So what I noticed watching them defensively is the amount of blitzes, the fake blitzes, especially coming off the left, and it would be hard for a young quarterback to see that. You know what I mean? If they're, especially a righty, if you're a right-handed quarterback, most of the time you're looking to go that way with the pass anyway when you shoot out the gate. So naturally, your weak side, you might give that a glance, and then work your eyes all the way around. But by that point, most high school kids haven't got the eye manipulation. The moving the safety that way, or if you got a corner sitting, if you got a corner sitting on the wide out, getting ready to go to a zone. There's just different things you can do with your eyes to move guys on certain parts of the field, so the pass ends up becoming easy. I think that's something that is taught more with the collegiate game, but you start to see high school kids with that ability. Either way, I think the fact that the defense is so undersized, they use their athleticism to their advantage. I'm sorry to get off task there a little bit. We're talking the Greenfield and Green Wave and their defense. And I think they're going to get tested right out the gate. I think Mr. Lozada is going to give them all he fucking has. Don't be surprised if this game is competitive, and I know we're talking about Greenfield and how great their defense is, and how it's just they're undersized is the problem. It's not experience, and it's not the fact that the defensive playbook isn't tailored to their abilities, because it's that they're blitzing like almost, sounds like, what was it? They're blitzing just about 51% of the time. So somebody's coming at you from at least 20 snaps. If you do 20 snaps and you're a quarterback, that means someone's coming at you 10 times. So you might get 10, 11, an average, maybe you may have 3 or 4 seconds a throw, if that. If blocking holds up, honestly, because I don't see it. I don't see it, even if we go over the positions of where people could blitz for. Anyway, not to do that run on stuff, but so yeah, I think Greenfield has a great defense. Though they're small, they're fast, and they use their abilities, but there's going to be some struggles. 5-3 for my prediction. And that's because whoever's going to be out there under center is going to struggle at first, but nothing lasts forever in this world, as you know. Coach Mike Krzyzewski, please? Not Coach K from Duke, but I'm sorry if I butchered your name. I look forward to seeing what you and your boys put together this year. You guys impressed me with the 58-0 win over Ethel, even though one could argue that their defense wasn't as experienced as at least I thought. Moving on to the number 9 team. This is very interesting, right? The Agawam Brownies. And why are they so interesting? Because they played last year at such an elite level, but also the growing pains were tough. So when it was good, it was great, it was perfect. There were points scored. Top high school offenses were held down to nothing, or field goals at that. And then West Springfield and the Terriers came to town, and then it was just kind of like, what the fuck? And it's everything was inconsistent from since then. And West Springfield did that to a lot of teams. They put a hurting on a lot of defenses, a lot of secondaries. Really had to eat their words last season with that offense. Anyway, last year the Brownies had a lot of success, especially from the defense. Griffin Levesque's late game heroics helped push Agawam to victory against Westfield. Now we are back in the fall to see what one of the top 10 teams is thinking this year. So, as I said, it's such a mixed bag with them, because they play like pros, or they really, really suck. And I think the strength of this team most definitely was it's got to be the interchanging offensive defensive line, that continuity, and just the everybody being together, playing together. I think that bodes well for any high school team. You don't really see interchangeables in like college or professional football, but you see it a lot in high school, and it's definitely a theme that speaks very loudly with this team. Offensively, they're running a scheme based off of what look the defense will give you, coupled with inexperience at the wide receiver position. This is definitely going to be a run-heavy scheme. I believe is going to be a lot of trickery, a lot of buffoonery, a lot of play-action stuff, most definitely. Griffin Levesque had a great shortened season, though he's in fierce quarterback competition with Nico Nuzalili. Please tell me I didn't slay that, because I'm part Italian too. And don't hold the meatballs or the spaghetti. So it's got to be Griffin. I'm a Griffin guy here. I've seen what he's done. He has a body of work. He's athletic, and he's performed under multiple big time, big pressure situations. So I'm a Griffin guy for this offense. Defensively, as they did last year, this group looks to be one of the most dominant groups in football. Great leadership, consistent play in the secondary, and a gap control defense that plays well up front and lets you know, fuck you, you're not doing anything. This is our front, and now my linebackers are going to come in and sack you. That's what the Agawam Brownies look to do on defense at number 9. This year, I think Griffin Levesque improves very much so as a passer, and it would not surprise me to see Coach Benjamin shy away from the run and trust Griffin in his arm. This year, the Agawam Brownies will be 6-2, and I believe 6-2 in an 8-game season with the new MIAA format is good enough for second or third place. This is a really good squad, in and out. And when you have a team that is bomb on the outside and doesn't really have that good of a quarterback, it's exciting because then all you're doing is missing one piece. Number 10. So who are we going with here? The Wacona Warriors, right? They are number 10. They are coached by Gary Campbell. He has been coaching this team for 25 fucking years. I shit you not. In 2022, 4 young men will be graduating from this team. Ryan Scott, quarterback of the Wacona Warriors from last season, and Brandon Noyes. Brandon Noyes was not on the list for graduating. Anyway, 4 young men here are going to graduate. They're seniors upon this Wacona Warriors team. Last year, they were a unit that offensively that saw success, especially early on. Senior halfback Brad Noyes is looking to run everything down their throats as it's the farewell tour, and you know how seniors do on their last ride out. Luke Dicio brings his talent as a top pass catcher, and he's a great blocker as well, as I've seen him put people on their ass many a times. The Owens, both Salvatore and Alfonso, are flashing early, looking to be great targets as well. One thing that I love about Wacona, because compared to the other high schools in the area, is the fact that they go shotgun with pretty much everything. It's a spread style of offense, 3 and 4 wideouts. Sometimes they'll empty out the back and go 5. And I've seen them go 4 out and 1 in the stable, which is the running back. We'll probably run out in the flats to get open in case the kid panics. I expect a lot of the high school defenses to have problems with this because of the fact that they're not ready to face offense with multiple fronts, not just with shotgun looks, but other spread looks. With the back closer, and then 2 back sets as well. So it's going to be interesting to see what other high school defenses besides for Central can do against these guys. And defensively, the interchangeable offensive line, defensive line is another factor here with this school. Add to the fact that the talent at the linebacker and secondary groups are guys who are coming of their own. A defense littered with playmakers that hasn't really given up many points. 23 points, I believe, within the last 2 seasons, counting the shortened season. So that's ridiculous if that number holds true, and that's correct. They're a great team with a great defense. My question is what are they going to do at quarterback? But we'll find that out eventually as their season starts soon. The Wacona Warriors are going to go 7-1 and probably be the 4th best team in Western Mass football. Western Mass high school football. So this has been the first lost episode. I'm Raheem Escalade on beautiful Worthington Street. With all the fucking lights and all them cars. Something going on down there, right? Shoot. Shout out to all the Western Mass athletes, especially these football players, man. I hope you guys have a great season, and I will catch you at some point within the next 2 days with another lost episode. 413 Sports Talk and Raheem Escalade. Hope you have a great night.